Are we ready now for one of the most prettiest guardians out there? Sailor Moon Crystal. Now, I'm very excited to talk about this because, one, this is a heavily acclaimed series. It's part of, like, a lot of people's childhood. Two, I have actually genuinely never seen Sailor Moon back in the day. I think I've seen, like, one random episode here or there of the original. So I'm very excited to talk about this right now. And it's like, that's the thing. This is meant for a different audience, and yet it's so good that actually anyone can get into it. So we find out that for the first few minutes, this whole episode was pretty much just introducing us to the cast. We see, the main character Usagi, who she's a bit of a klutz. Like, she literally falls down the stairs in the first few minutes of the show, and it's like. Also, as well, I just got to mention that. Why is that opening godlike? Where we see all the Sailor Scouts and them doing their poses. Like, oh my god, that is such a great opening. But we see, Serena's a bit of a klutz. She isn't that good at, school. She isn't that, good at, anything, really. And you even see, when she tries to, save, a cat, it's like, oh, she's a bit of a klutz. Like, you can't really do too much Usagi. It's like, it depends whether or not you want to call her Serena or Usagi. That's how people normally call her. I'm just saying I'm going to call her Usagi because that's what the series is calling her. And it says the cat, and funny enough, that it has a crescent moon on it. And you're like, that's kind of a little bit curious. And finding out that her friend Naru, who actually owns a jewelry shop, and there's something iffy going on with the jewelry shop, finds out that it's possessed by, I believe, enemies in the series are called witches. And you see this ugly, deformed sort of thing that she has to fight after being told that, by the freaking cat saying, oh, you've got a pretty guardian now. And it's when we see the transformation, which is a mix between CGI and also as well, animation. It's let me just get I'm not a big fan of CGI, but it's they did that right. That looked good. Transformation looks fucking clean, solid, beautiful. And I'm just excited. I really want to see what more the Sailor Scouts can do, because we didn't see too much of what she can do. We see the Moon Tiara Boomerang as the bad guys is trying to get something called this legendary silver crystal, which I imagine the reason it's called crystal is that it's doing a certain arc in the manga, because I've heard this is supposed to take more influence from the manga. So I'm curious, people who've seen Sailor Moon, the original before, and compare it to the first episode. I'm curious, what do you guys think about it? And it's I personally really enjoyed it. It was definitely a first episode in the introduction to introduce, Tuxedo Mask, who, I gotta say, Tuxedo Mask looks like a beast. He looks like that. It's we see him from the first part of this episode, I'm guessing, after seeing Usagi, and he's just smashing him in the face with a test sheet and stuff. It was just really fun, and it's it was enjoyable just having a great character development and just seeing how this girl is gonna deal from just being, from a mundane life to now she's a pretty guardian Sailor Scout. It's overall, I really enjoyed the episode. Yep, a lot of development. Not too much happened in it around about the end, but still, it's a lot of development. I liked it. I think this is an 8.5 out of 10. This was a really great starting episode, and I've been hearing that this is going to be a bi-weekly series, so we're going to have an episode every 2 weeks. I wouldn't mind talking about this every 2 weeks. I mean, screw it. It's Sailor Moon. I want to keep up to date with this, and I want to see where the plot goes. But what do you guys think of the first episode? What do you think about this legendary silver crystal? What is it? That's all for me, so thank you very much for watching. As always, remember, strike like a panda, and I'll see you guys next time.